Hello, it's been a while. And I am recording a podcast episode. Now, I don't know what that means for what she said and what it's going to look like, but I know I've really missed podcasting. And yeah, so here I am again. As a catch up for anyone who has forgotten who I am or who is coming to what she said for the very first time, my name is Lucy Lucraft. I am a journalist and podcast producer. I live in Brighton, so that's why you can hear seagulls occasionally peppered throughout the episode. And I have two little girls, a 5-year-old and a 2.4-year-old, and I am a podcaster. I've had this podcast for yonks now, and it's always kind of been about business, I guess, and blogging and being a self-employed person online. It's always been for women. Now I kind of want to talk about the stuff that I talk about on Instagram, which is motherhood and my life as a almost 40-year-old with two young children, running a business and promoting it online and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so let's get into today's episode, shall we? So today I wanted to talk to you about investing in your business and how you feel about that. I mean, maybe you feel icky, sweaty, very spendy, probably a bit of all of them. That's definitely how I feel. Starting a business solo from the ground up when you don't technically need to spend lots up front is kind of the reason lots of us do it. Because the patriarchy have given us no other option really. And I'm definitely not here to weave a tale of how that's fine, but you'll never scale and reach your potential unless you make stretchy investments or whatever, whatever buzzword the gurus are using these days. I personally think the truth is far more boring than that. I think, and this is something that I've experienced in my own business, sometimes you need to invest and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you can invest because you've got the cash flow to do so, and sometimes you can't afford to. Sometimes the investments are small, maybe it's a few pounds up to like 50 quid or something. Other times they're really scary. Sometimes it pays off, and obviously sometimes it doesn't. Well, not in the way that you expected it to anyway. I honestly hated spending the tiniest amount on my business when I first started out. And then I spent loads. And I freaked out because spending money is scary. And so I cut right back again with the aim of kind of having net zero business expenses. Neither felt healthy. Neither turned the wheel of my business. Neither felt good. And honestly, I still struggle to find balance with anything really, but especially in my business. I have to say that when it comes to my income and expenses, I definitely feel more, I was going to say badass, but no, like more comfortable. It's a work in progress. But I would say that my self-talk around spending has got way better, and my systems have improved over time too. So if you're anything like me, and even if you aren't, it probably feels a little bit scary to spend money, and it probably feels a bit scary to spend nothing. The kind of feast to famine when you're a business owner can feel really awful and scary. And honestly, I don't think there's a way that you can completely avoid it, but you can safeguard against it. You can plan for it. You can make the low income months feel less terrifying. You can make them work for you. So this is how I do it. I do a regular finance checkup. So after working with Jenny Pace, who is actually one of my clients as well, I now have a kind of profit first mindset, and I pay myself, I pay my tax pot, I pay my pensions, my savings based on percentages. So this kind of helps to remind me of what I'm actually taking home each month, but it also means that I never have months where nothing is going in to my business, nothing is coming to me. I also plan to have expenses. Like I plan to have certain expenses, and I think that's fine. Some of them are regular, some of them are ad hoc. And I make sure the ad hoc are things that support me as well as my bottom line, because there isn't a bottom line without me. My business is me. Your business is you. Coaching, courses, ebooks. These are all things that I joyfully invest in when I need to and when I can afford to. Oh, and I would certainly say that with coaching, courses, etc., I do my research. Even if I'm only spending, I don't know, 20 quid or something, I don't spend it based on comparisonitis. I don't spend the money because I think it's going to be a shortcut to 10 figures. I do really think about it before I invest in it. I accept that I can't do it all at once. I think lots of us have been sold a lie that there's virtue and grit in doing it all yourself, in that solopreneurship and the hustle and all of that sort of stuff. And while there might be times that you enjoy doing certain things yourself, and definitely times that you absolutely have to because you can't afford to outsource it, it's not sustainable to plan to do every single thing alone, which is why I accept that there are things I will always outsource. I have an ad hoc VA for aspects of my business and a coach when I need one. I used to pay nothing for my email provider, but then I moved to ConvertKit and now I'm on Flowdesk. I occasionally outsource extra podcast editing when my workload is high. I have just hired someone to help me to basically run my business Instagram account. So all of that's to say, accept help when you can, whether that's upgrading to the pro version of that free tool you use all the time, or hiring a coach to support you, or even a template for your Instagram posts. They all have their place. Hopefully I'm going to see you on a more regular basis. I'm going to aim to put episodes out every other week. And if I can do it a little bit more, then I will. I used to have such a beautiful community on Facebook. I don't have that anymore because I deleted my Facebook account completely. But I would absolutely love for you to tell me what you think of this episode, what you think would be good to listen to in any future episodes. And you can find me on Instagram. I'm at Lucy Lucraft, or you can email me. All of the links will be in the show notes. Have a great day and see you next time.